Why should I be ashamed of myself?
I'm not going on. Because you're anti-trans. You're a transphobe standing on the corner going, trans kids should be cis kids. Well, you know what? Trans kids are trans kids, and they shouldn't have to be trapped in their fucking body.
What makes a child trans?
You're born trans.
What does that mean?
Gender is a spectrum.
Yeah?
How do we know?
Spectrum of what?
If I'm not God.
A spectrum of what?
I'm God, a spectrum of gender.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Everything's a spectrum. Like the color, the rainbow. That's why it's for the LGBTQ community, is because color is a spectrum. So is gender. That's why there's gender studies in university.
So what's gender?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You know why?
This is the point, right?
You're not God,
Yeah.
but you're playing God. And it fucks kids up. You know how I know? I'm a trans person.
How are you?
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
Good stuff.
Yeah, you're a fucking asshole.
Do not touch me.
Yeah?
Do not.
You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Every kid fucking matters. Every kid matters. Every kid matters. I fucking matter. I'm a trans person who is saying,
Can you call the police, please?
You are an abusive person. Go fuck yourself.
Just walk with me. Let's call the police. That's an assault.
Shut the fuck up.
No, it's an assault.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll keep walking with you.
And punch you in the face.
Well, I wouldn't mind. Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
How is it that you were born in the wrong body? What does that mean? You tell me you don't even know what gender is, but you're transgender.
I told you what gender is. It's a spectrum.
A spectrum of what?
Gender.
Oh, makes a lot of sense.
And I can't argue with this stupid person.
No, you can't even define the basic terminology.
He's following me with a camera, and that's abuse.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for police to come so you can be arrested.
Take your fucking camera. I have every right to bring you.
Yeah, there are consequences when you assault someone.
Anybody that follows me on Instagram, which is a lot of fucking people, this is Zane Oak, trans comedian from Victoria. This guy is such an asshole. He's chasing me down the street. He won't leave me alone. Get the fuck away from me. He is on St. Lawrence and Menzies. Everybody come down and tell this guy that trans kids have rights, just like everybody else. Trans kids matter. Trans kids are trans kids that deserve to grow up as trans children, not forced to be cisgender children, not forced to go to cisgender puberty. This guy wants trans children to suffer. You know how evil that is? I am a trans person standing here in the middle of the street saying that this guy is just spewing fucking hate. He doesn't even know what gender is. He doesn't know it's a spectrum. He's just about, how do you know? What gender are you on? You know how he knows what gender is? Because he's probably got a tiny little dick in his pants, and he's like, yeah, I'm a man. He doesn't even know what trans kids have to do to figure out who they are.
5 minutes later.
All right.
I don't know how these people think that they can win anything by going into discussions and then ending up being violent at the end of that discussion. They remind me of another group of people who are mainly in England who say that they're peaceful, but then when you go to countries where they're dominant, they do the total opposite and they do things to people that you probably know what I'm talking about. And it's really good that eventually he or she or whatever this thing got arrested because you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Petition to arrest anyone who disagrees with the LGBTQ community.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What makes you inclined to sign that one?
Honestly, I think we should just be able to take over the world and have nobody stop us. Like, you know, why can't we just do whatever we want, you know?
Would you say it's safe to say maybe you're fascist, but fascist in the LGBTQ way?
I'd have to look up what fascist meant, but you know, it sounds pretty cool.
Once again, the group that claim that they're accepting and loving of everyone signing a petition to put people in jail for disagreeing with them. You really need to imagine what these people would do if they were truly in power and could do what they wanted to do. Before we get back into the video, if you guys are enjoying this video, like the video as much as possible, subscribe to the YouTube channel, make sure you hit that bell so that you get notified when a video comes out and so that you can watch more craziness and more funny videos as well. Also follow me on Instagram, TikTok and X at YinkaThatGuy, and let us get back into the video.
Never seen a man take lead in a group project, yet they're natural born leaders. Yeah, we built the world you live in. That's the group project we took a lead in. Those fake eyelashes, the fake gold earrings, 5 layers of makeup, the car you're driving, the safe country you live in. That was us. We took the lead. And then you cried that we were toxic masculine men and you wanted us to act more feminine. And then those feminine guys don't want to take the lead in your feminist gender studies group projects and you go online and make fun of them. See how silly you are? Why don't you just go back to listening to Taylor Swift and taking your antidepressants?
Could we get an apology for your whiteness?
Yeah, I'm sorry for being a Caucasian.
While you're shopping, bombs are dropping. That's what I thought.
Look at a Tesla logo upside down. What that says? KKK.
What's more important to you right now, clean air or decolonized air?
What do you think?
Weren't you selling t-shirts at the Trump rally?
Man, I'm everywhere around. My God, I chase paper.
These videos are too funny because the most craziest looking people have the most stupidest ideas. And I don't want to be the type of guy to judge people solely based on the way they look. But too often it's the people who look like complete idiots that come up with the most stupidest ideas. And then they fit the stereotypes that I keep placing. And I don't want to be the type of person to judge people and what they believe solely based on the stereotypes, but they keep doing it.
Ask a trans person the gender of their pet, and then ask them how they can tell.
I identify as a male. He, him.
You sure about that?
Yes, this is my real voice. Hey guys, what's up? I have 5 cats and 1 dog. Oh, he's a boy.
You sure about that?
Somewhere over there. I got 5 cats though.
Bitch.
Because he is. I know, because he's my dog. Trump 2025, no. How about no?
That I'm proud to be an American.
Hello, Salvador. What's up? I'm actually getting new, See, yeah, we probably won't have time.
Her brain finally started to function correctly and she saw the stupidity in what she believes, but of course because she's too proud she couldn't accept that what she believes is stupid. I don't know how you're able to determine the gender of your dog when your dog definitely didn't tell you that it was a boy or a girl, but for some reason you know. How you came to this conclusion, I really don't know. We're in the 21st century in the most technologically advanced society, but for some reason in the Western world people can't seem to come to the conclusion as to what gender they are and what gender their dogs are. But apparently this person knows what gender the dog is because...
May I ask what you're filming?
Oh, you're taking pictures of me, so I was just taking pictures of you.
Yeah, but you guys were taking pictures of other people, so may I ask?
Well, you were also taking pictures of other people then, because you were taking pictures of me from over there.
You originally were, and you asked
We
without
wanted to know if you guys are like harmless or like...
I didn't ask without anyone's consent. What does that mean?
We saw you as we were approaching before I even took this out.
No, I saw you inside recording me.
No, we were coming in this way, and you were recording us.
I don't even. This is.
You guys were, so I
Well-
just want to make sure you don't plan to do anything harmful with it.
Not harmful, but I do plan to do stuff with it.
Like what?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Well, you were recording.
Would you mind confidential?
Were you not recording me from in there?
I wasn't.
I saw you though.
Oh well, then I did. Then I guess you didn't.
You don't
see
need to
us.
lie. Come on, now I can't tell you anything because you're a liar.
Let me just for the heck of it.
I can't tell anything to liars.
Just so it's on.
There's no need to lie about what you did. I saw you do it. No need to lie.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. You can take pictures. No need to lie about taking those pictures.
Smile. Dear. No.
The one with lemonade is really long.
Yeah.
Well, at least I got you guys before you put the masks on, so that's good.
Oh, I'm scared.
You're scared?
You guys are.
Well, no, before you guys put your masks on, I got you coming over there.
Well, ma'am.
Why? For what?
Ma'am, if you're scared, I suggest walking away.
But why? For what?
By what?
Why?
Do we have... Okay, do you think in America that we should owe each other answers as to what we're doing in public?
Yes.
Huh? Did you say yes?
Yes, you said yes.
That's not how freedom works, though.
Right, okay.
It's not your business.
Is that the new cherry drink?
Yeah, the masks tell us all we need to know. The fact that they claim that you shouldn't be recording while they record you is already showing their stupidity, plus them wearing the masks.
When you own something, whether it's property, land, is that a legal term?
Yep.
Ownership? And legality assumes what?
Assumes that the authority is being protected by the government that you
In the case that the property is violated, even if the woman's capable of holding a heavy gun and shooting it accurately, it still goes to a system that decides whether she was just in shooting the man, right?
Yeah, men are stronger, if that's where you're wanting to go.
Any argument for legal ownership of property, whether it's a house or land or anything else, assumes an enforcement arm that has to be mostly men. Do you agree that anything you could list actually requires a patriarchy to uphold?
But you're talking about men in power in the enforcement arm, not the government system. And
What's power? The government system without power?
Banking.
What's banking without power? Can I make up money?
No.
And if I do that, what happens?
You would go to jail.
And how do I go to jail mechanically?
The police will arrest you.
And are they strong men?
Often, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You got to understand, when we said, yeah, you can own land, you can own stuff, you can participate in the society, in the economics, right? You said, so you agree with feminism. No, I'm saying that any expression of feminism that you present is actually wholly reliant on something that's not feminist.
As a woman, why do you feel that you're not threatened with abortion policies? Like, I understand, you feel a sense of vulnerability when participating with trans women or men, as you consider, in sports. Why do you feel that these policies and these, concepts don't threaten you?
Because I think children are the greatest blessing life has to offer.
If that's the case, why don't you think children are deserving of healthy environments? Like, honestly, can you confidently say that a woman who has a child who the child was conceived under circumstances that were, not okay and very violent and, I can't even imagine. How are you guaranteeing that this child is going to be happy and live a healthy life that's deserving?
Of course, I can never guarantee the outcome of someone's life, but you know what's a whole lot worse than giving someone a chance? Is eliminating that chance altogether by ultimately terminating their life.
Are you eliminating that woman's chance of fulfilling her dreams and fulfilling her life? Woman to woman, Riley, how do you justify, putting this almost shackle on women?
I am so sorry that you are led to believe that children are shackles on your life. I would argue there are many parents here, mothers, fathers who are here who would not look at their children as shackles. Again, they would look at them as the greatest blessing life has to offer.
I don't know why it's so hard for feminists like this to understand that, you could really and truly avoid abortion if you just close your legs. It's really not a hard concept to understand, but for some reason they don't get it. We get it. You're animals and you can't control your urges, but stop blaming it on everyone else but yourself.
My husband didn't cook me dinner tonight, so tomorrow morning, first thing, I'm filing a divorce because it is his job to feed me. The fuck I look like?
A fridge. Anyways, neon signs like this are good at first glance. The acrylic we use is not recycled, so the effect is particularly good. Our factory covers an area of 12,000 square meters and has many machines, so have no pressure even for bulk orders. If you're interested, we have salesperson on WhatsApp in our bio. Talk to them now.
Tony again coming with the funny videos, showing us how he is a marketing genius and using the stupidity of others to show his marketing genius.
I'm 10 years older than you are. Trans people have just as many rights as anybody else. If you don't believe...
No, I agree. I'm just saying there's no...
Are you going to let me talk, or are you going to talk over me? If you're going to talk over me, then there's no point for you to even be here, because this is not... Yeah. See? I can battle back with you. You should be. Because you are violating people's freedom of speech. Oh, hush. When?
You're 10 years older than he is and you're still stupid.
Also, it just actually is easier to defend yourself against a bear than a harmful man. That is actually fact.
No, that's ridiculous.
No, it isn't. There are different tactics for grizzly bears, black bears. Like, it's actually, if you
Okay,
know
so just to be clear, let's assume the man's violent and the bear's violent.
Okay.
They both have the intention of attacking you. You think you can better defend yourself against the bear? Let's assume that the man has you by the arms and the bear has you by the arms.
Okay, but that is not the argument.
Which one?
If you were being attacked, I would probably choose the bear. But if I was crossing paths and both had the intent to attack,
shit.
Google it.
We know what they tell you to do, but that wouldn't work.
Do you support a boycott of Tesla?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I want him to go bankrupt.
Is that a good idea to go after Tesla? Shut it down?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you consider yourself an environmentalist or no?
Yeah.
I do care about the environment. Actually, in my neighborhood, they call them the recycle czar.
Boycotting, bankrupting Tesla, how in your view does that further the environmental cause, in your view?
I think it brings more attention to it at the very least. Does it actively further it? Who's to say?
How does that further the environmental cause, would you say?
Well, look at it. Look at all the recalls already. The lithium batteries and stuff. They always, and that's not good anyway. You know, I mean, us ordinary citizens can't dispose lithium batteries just anywhere.
Would you be against then firebombing them because it's bad for the environment? Firebombing a Cybertruck, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to give out toxic fumes and stuff.
Probably some.
But I'm saying it's really the power to the people.
Lighting fires to Teslas, vandalizing. Are we in support of that or no? What are your thoughts?
Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being most supportive, I would say 8 to 9.
It's very weird how this group is one of the most violent, but yet they claim that they're not. It's kind of interesting to see them contradict themselves 24/7.
Can you have a penis and be a woman?
Yeah.
Can you have a penis and be a woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Can you have a penis and be a woman?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Can you have a penis and be a woman?
Absolutely. You can be whoever the you want to be.
Can you have a penis and be a woman?
This level of stupidity hurts my head. And to all the people in the comments who keep wondering how I get through this, I'm really trying at this point.
What's up, everybody? I wanted to make a post that I finally grew my bangs out. I'm so excited right now. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Also, I wanted to post that my best friend Dylan and I have been best friends for 10 years. And to mark our best friend anniversary, we got matching Roman numeral X's for the number 10. I got it on my finger. Dylan got it on her rib cage. So excited about that too. That is all. Hope everybody's having a good night. Bye.
You're just a capitalist exploiter who likes to exploit people's pain.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fuck you.
Thanks.
Yeah, the blue hair is all I needed to know.
I am gay. You're the ones accusing everyone of hate when you just said you hate.
That you are racist.
How are we racist? How are we racist? You just called us a racist.
You guys are awesome.
So keeping men out of girls' sports is racist?
Yeah, everybody's racist, sexist, homophobic, whatever phobia you want to call it to people that they disagree with.
So you wouldn't date a lingerie swim model because
God,
she'd
no.
be close to that?
God, no. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. No.
Yeah.
Too much
insecure?
attention. No, what's insecure about it?
Can't handle the woman getting attention for her work?
No, I just wouldn't want my wife putting her body online for everyone else to see, because that should be within the sanctity of my home.
Well, what if that's her job, to wear stuff like that draws attention?
I wouldn't go towards somebody who has a job where they have to show their body off all the time. It's simple.
And what's the reason for that?
Because that's mine to see. It's not the world's to see.
Okay.
Yeah. What's insecure about that?
Respect thing.
I think it's all preference.
But why is it insecure? You called it insecure.
Maybe it's not insecure for you, but I think there's a lot of guys who feel insecure from a woman having that job.
Why is it insecure?
No, he doesn't want to date someone who's basically a prostitute, acts like they're not a prostitute, and then will shame you for saying that he doesn't want to date you because he thinks you're closer to a prostitute than a normal human being. For some reason, men nowadays can't have preferences, but yet you can ask for a guy who's 6'15". Yes, I know that's not a height. Make $15 billion, is a leader, but you'll only follow him when you want to, which doesn't make sense. But yeah, his preferences are somehow insecure.
South African President Ramaphosa paid a visit to the White House yesterday, which turned into a surprise presentation on conspiracy theories of a white genocide in his country. There is crime, as there is all over the world, but it is not about killing off white people. This is just straight up bull.
Well, Whoopi, I find it interesting that you and your producer cut out the clips that Trump showed to South Africa's president, but it's your lucky day. I got a couple of my own. You always make me pull it out, you know that, right? But it's okay. So let's take a look here. Brr-pa, brr-pa. Kill the boer, kill the farmer. And weirdly, 90% of the farmers in South Africa are white. So tell me what that means. And by the way, I wonder what will happen if a group of people in US sing something like that about certain group of people in US. But this is the current president in South Africa, the one that just met with Trump.
Our forefathers and our foremothers must return to our people without any fail and without any payment of compensation. And it must happen now. The question of land.
I wonder whose land should to... Stop. I wonder whose land he's talking about that he wants to take without compensation. But again, that's for you to find out about.
We'll be right back.